Hello, it's me, Annalisa. Sorry, it was circling the drain and I reloaded and it worked out. Woohoo! How is everybody? It's Sunday, November 14th, 2021. We're doing our live readings today. As always, all readings and divinations are for the purposes of entertainment only. I'm not a lawyer, a financial advisor, a doctor, or a therapist. If you need one of those, please seek those. I'm a couple minutes late because it was circling the drain and because I was had to do a quick play date pickup. So there you go. Let's see. People said they added. So let me check the PayPal and see. To the list, Miss KK, thank you for being here. Please add Linda Drost because she did pay since I sent you that list. Let's see if anyone else. It seems to be faster for me to check on my phone versus on my computer. La la la. Okay. Just need to charge my phone. All right, let's see. Thank you, Dan. I guess I have Allie for another one and Joanne. So 2 for Linda and then one for Allie and Joanne. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. You didn't write a note on here to say what your screen name was. So I don't know your real name compared to your screen name. I don't remember everybody. So sorry, dear. Okay, I'll check with you in just a minute, Mallory. So remember, if you don't want me to say your personal name, please, there's a note section. Plenty of people leave me notes on here. There are all kinds of letters and questions and everything else. Just leave your screen name on there, and then I will not say your name. But if it's not on there, then I don't know any difference. So I'm just saying who paid. Okay. So Linda for 2. Light energy for 1. And then let's see. Okay. I'm just writing a note so then I don't say I can't find it when I finally do get to you, light energy. Okay. All right. I hope everybody is well. I wanted to real quick let you know that let's see, I do have private readings. I am offering, I can do private Zoom events if you're not in the area. I'm going to do one where it's more like a gallery reading. I just need to put something on my mouth. Sorry. One where it's like a gallery reading. So not too many people. So it's sort of like a circle, but we'll do it gallery style. It is cold here today. I have a couple different options. So if you're ever interested in doing an event with your friends, I'm here. You just have to contact me. I do have my manifesting journal up on my website, so you can purchase that. I'm going to have that one in limited numbers because it actually takes me a long time to put those together because they're basically hand drawn. So I'm working on creating a new one that's like less time, but still same sort of format where it's the disc bound, so you can take things out and move them around. So that's up. What else is up? What else is going on? Oh, I wanted to tell you. So I posted the link for the video that I did, the live I did. I like back in August, I don't usually do a lot of psychic predictions as far as celebrities and things that are going on because I don't know. I just feel like reading people who aren't asking me to read them is sort of inappropriate. I don't know. I don't think. Look at somebody freaked out on here because I said their name out loud, right? So, can you imagine having like somebody just read your energy and be like, "This is your life," and like you didn't ask for it? Even if you're like being in the public eye, or if your career is in the public eye, does not mean that you want people to don't dive into your personal energy and all of that stuff. But I thought this was interesting because it's out there. So I just said I got from my guides about Britney Spears' conservatorship being removed, and I said something about her father, and then the judge. Now, the prediction I made, and it was just removed on Friday. So, and I said it would happen within 6 months. The And I also said, and I think by 2023, she's going to be releasing new music or performing again, and that she's already actually got stuff. She's just sort of waiting to kind of really work on it until she's fully under her own auspice. I did say that I think that there would be some part of it where there would be somebody still managing her money, which I think is happening, but maybe they're not calling it a conservatorship. So, all right, I'm leaving that there. Well, and then I linked the video below, and it's from 2 minutes to 6 minutes. I kind of said what it was, so you can watch that if you want. Um, KK may have to leave early, so we're going to try and go through this and be done in a short amount of time. Alrighty. So, Lana, if you want to ask your question, what do the spirit guides want me to know? Let me get my rock. Um, do you have a connection to horses? Because I keep seeing like a horse in the field. Sounds silly, but my daughter went to a birthday party this morning. One of my daughters, not the one I was just picking up, but um, and the theme was like spirit, whatever that spirit horse movie thing is. And I just keep feeling this feeling of like seeing myself and being out and riding, going horseback riding and doing things like that, and just like being out. And then I heard the Dixie, or they call them the Chicks now, not the Dixie Chicks anymore. That song "Wide Open Spaces," and it's just this feeling of like needing to be out and make sure you're taking time out and about like it's not like so much about nature, but just doing that thing you love. But I also am not sure if there's a connection to the year of the horse, which I'm the year of the horse, so that's 1978, and then whatever years from there. So I don't know if you're a year of the horse or somebody else is. That's the Chinese zodiac. It's just this feeling of like going out and doing that thing you love and not like just enjoying it and not having a care or fear or worry connected to it. There's 5 horses next to you? Okay. So, I don't know if it's going out and spending time with their energy and that, like when you think of, um, Mallory, I got yours. When you think of, horses it's funny, you don't think of them as being this, but they're prey animal because they're so huge and so powerful, but they're actually prey animal. So it's like they have this really beautiful balance of, um oh, you want, sorry, I was just reading the alley things. I kept like, why is that? Why is that? Um, I wanted to, sorry, like horses have that balance of having that really magnificent, like if you're a prey animal, there's a vulnerability there, but like they're very like they're such strong energy. So there's something about having the balance between being vulnerable and being very strong and powerful and sort of like I don't know creating your own way, creating your own experience that you can have both. Just because you're vulnerable or you're a prey animal, like that idea that you're vulnerable to other people and experiences doesn't mean that you have to be weak. So keep that in mind. There's something there about that, about the balance of the two of those things. I think there's this idea perhaps that you connect with that when you decide if you decide to make yourself vulnerable or open to others, then that you're weak, and that's not the case, or like, you're but that's not the case at all. I just everything keeps buzzing on my watch right now, so I just wanted to see what that was all about. Sorry, dears. Okay. Okie doke. All right. So Ashley, I saw your emails. Are you here, Ashley? Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I wanna like I always think like I could do those things that other people do, like do celebrity readings or do I hate political readings. Let me just be honest about that. Because I think I read the energy of the people and it's not always that fun. I could do all those easy get kind of things, but I feel like that's not really where I want to sit. Like the goal of my channel is to help you grow in your own spiritual journey and to help you understand that you're intuitive too. Like if you notice, I talk a lot about manifesting because I want you to be empowered. I don't want you to feel like you're weak or that you're a pinball just being bounced around and like the only you have to go to somebody else to help you out. Um, okay. So Ashley, the first question you asked about was, if you have children and what I saw. I feel like 2 children, and I feel like it may be a boy and a girl, and I feel like they'll be close in age. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna have a big gap in between, and I actually feel like when the second one comes along, it's gonna be oops, like, I didn't plan on getting pregnant this quick. Like, I wanted to try again, and I didn't plan on getting pregnant this quick. I feel like it'll take about once you start trying, about 7 months to get pregnant. So you're gonna panic and be like, "Oh, why isn't it happening? Why isn't it happening? Ah." And it would be like, maybe you decide that you need a little extra help and you're gonna start your in vitro, and then, like, I get pregnant right before my first appointment or before my first need for injection or something like that. Like, it's gonna be like I'm moving a path to do something, and then I get pregnant without help. That's funny, I felt like the PCOS thing. So you're gonna think that it's harder to get pregnant. You can get pregnant with PCOS. I have friends, lots of friends who have PCOS, can get pregnant, no problem. So light energy. When you make the payment, there's usually a section to hit like a note or send a message, and you can just send me a quick little note in the PayPal when you pay. Just say like my screen name is, and then I'm like will not make the mistake of saying your real name. But if I get that, then um I never know. Sorry. Even though I'm psychic. Just is what it is. So the second thing you asked about was getting permanent working Ashley in France. See, you see how I know all of Ashley's stuff because she sent me this in the PayPal. It's this long message of what she wanted to know. Sometimes that gets hard because I'm like, no, stop talking. I don't want to answer right now. Stop. Because I get the messages right away. So you also asked about staying in France. I don't know, love life. That was just kind of a gift thing. I don't want to make it a regular thing because then I end up going back to like I do a lot of live stuff. I'm actually thinking about starting to record. I've been watching some videos on YouTube how to like record and edit and all that stuff and make it quicker because I'm starting to get locked into now like the 9 hours I have free without children by myself. Now I'm like, well, I have to be home because I'm doing my live things because there's no kids around. And then it's like sort of locking me up and I don't want to feel like locked up. Like I have such very free little personal time. So I'm trying to balance out my schedule. So I would like to. Oh, you don't have to worry about it being long. It's okay, actually. I would like to do more. I will plan on doing more, but I'm just not sure when or how or whatever. But maybe before the end of the year, I'll do one more. I don't think that's going to be a regular, like every month or whatever, like that. And then, so we'll see. But I'll keep it open for sure as an idea. But you can also get a private reading. It's good. I'm worth it. I promise. Um, okay, so the second question you asked was about staying in France and will they offer it to you? I do feel like they'll offer it to you, and I do feel like you'll be there as on permanent. And I don't even feel like there's going to be a hinky thing, but it feels like you need to just own it that, yep, this is for me. And then that person might get a permanent job some other time. Like, and don't feel guilty about it or like somehow you're leaving them out. Just be like, it's mine, it's done. I'm not worried about it and not worry about it. Like, own it. I did not get a time frame for the first question. And I feel like it's really important to you not to hold on to time frames, especially regarding that, because um, it's connecting you into that place of fear. So I did a live manifesting video, I think on Friday. And go back because it's a good one to watch where I talk about the why. It's either Friday or Monday, I can't remember. But one of the ones last week. And I talked about it's really important for you to know about the why when you're manifesting. And I think this is high routine. I think this is really important in regards to your like, why do I want to get married? Why do I need to have a family? And I'll explain in a second. But once you ask the why, like if it goes around because I want to be loved, because I want to feel whatever, then you can sort of like go in and figure out what that limiting belief is. Like if it's like because I want to feel safe, secure, and loved, well, nobody outside of you is ever going to make you feel loved, safe, or secure. You really have to go in and figure that on your own. And maybe that happened because when you grew up, you didn't feel safe and secure and loved, and you were looking for stability. And so, like, that's where you go back in and you reprogram. And that's like the affirmations that you focus on, then, right? I am safe, I'm secure, I am loved, I am lovable. And then it propels and it shifts your energy. So then you attract in like amazing things, right? So it automatically builds up your confidence. You're beautiful, all that stuff. And then it attracts in better energy. See how, like, if you can figure out why you want what you want now, it goes back to the old stuff and then kind of heals you. Okay. Okay, Umi, I'll check in just a minute. Um, And I just feel like they're sort of like, stop focusing on the time because the time is sort of and I know it's easy for me to say this. I've been in your position. I 1,000% understand how you're feeling. Um, but I'm saying this with like as much compassion and love and not to dismiss it. Stop focusing on the time frame because it's really not about the timing. It's about what's going on within you. And as soon as you shift and work on that, like it's like everything just comes together and falls through like doors just opening, pop, 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 like that. I don't feel like it's 20 years out, obviously. The clock is not ticking. And if you feel like you're connecting fear, doubt, and worry with it, and so you're sort of keeping everything out. The clock is not ticking. So just like lay that one out. Like the clock is not ticking. You're good. You're good. You're okay. Okay. All right. Um, I will check my PayPal. Nicole, you're up while I'm waiting for you to ask your question. There you are. Okay, so I have Umi on here for one and Stephanie for one. I'm only laughing, Umi, because your guys are funny. So I'm guessing that you like to tell it like it is, like you don't you don't mince words, and so your guys are like, boom. So I'll tell you what it is in a minute. For investment property I have with my dad, one apartment is occupied at the moment and they're not paying their rent for 2 months now and not communicating much. They applied for COVID relief. I don't feel like they'll get COVID relief. I actually feel like there's something weird going on. I feel like within the next 6 weeks you'll start the process of eviction. So, and I do feel like eventually you'll recoup the rent, but it feels like it takes like it's long and it's like small payments over time. Like it's not like a one lump sum. Um, I do feel like the renter has some sort of addiction issues and some mental health stuff going on, and but I don't feel like it's like it's because of all of that that's going on. It feels like lack of motivation to get up and get the job because I feel like could get a job. Okay. Miss Devery, you're up. But it does feel like you'll have to go through, like, filing and all of that stuff. So, it may not be that you start it in 6 weeks, it may be that you go through the process of filing even now, or something happens, but I feel like they don't get the COVID relief stuff. Her son got in an accident. Still feels some kind of, like, maybe drinking a little too much kinda thing. I had 2 nursing home interviews so far and an interview with MedStar Washington Hospital tomorrow, just worrying if I'll get something soon. Applied for almost 100 jobs with not a lot okay, so, um, I feel like it'll be one of the nursing home jobs, and the reason why I feel that is because last time when I said something about a hospital, I literally saw whatever you call it, when you walk into the, like it's not an entrance because it's more than that. It's not a foyer, it's whatever, the entryway of the building, but it's more than the entryway. The first floor when I walked in, I saw like, as if I was standing next to what used to be the security desk. So I worked at, Elizabeth Seton. It's a pediatric long-term care facility that used to be in Manhattan, is now no longer in Manhattan. I think it's up in Yorktown Heights or somewhere in Westchester. And I saw myself standing in that first floor entry area by the security desk. I saw, like, the pillars and the floor, so I feel like it would be a nursing home because I had said pediatric hospital because it's, like, hard to explain whatever what I saw, but it's not that hard to explain. I just didn't whatever. I feel like it'll be like one of those, but I also feel like you have to just, like, decide, "It's done, I got it," and, like, even if there's, like, that little bit of doubt and you're like, "Oh my god, is this really gonna work?" Just go, "It's done. It's done, it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done." So when I start to doubt and worry because I have a history of feeling not supported and all that stuff, so when people reach out to me for things, I have to be like, just because they're not getting back to me right away, I'm like, "It's done, they'll get back to me, it's done, it's all set up." Or I worry that, like, I'm being too wishy-washy in, like, how I wanna do something and go about it to make it the best experience for myself, like setting up events and things like that, especially online because I hadn't really planned on doing online events, like doing readings and stuff like that. And I just had to decide, like, "Oh, I put it out there like this, it's done, it's like they'll love it, they'll think it's fantastic and it's a great idea and blah, blah, blah." Like, even if I don't fully believe it and I just like and when the minute I get into that worry of like, "Oh, well, I've had" so what? You've had 100 hits. How many people who are like best-selling authors have these, like, things that go crazy viral and huge, and they're like, "Yeah, I went to, like, 8,000 companies and everyone said no," and finally, this little podunk thing was like, "Yeah, we'll give it a try." And it's like gangbusters and selling like amazing. So it just feels like, so what if you've had 100 and not a lot of hits? It's one of these. And just decide it's one of these. This is the one. This is done. It's done. It's done. It's done. And I'll burn a little thing for you again. I was going to do that tomorrow morning as like set up and do like a quick little affirmation and manifesting burning thing. And I just like to manifest for other people because I think it's fun. I think it's fun to help people like bring their own dreams to life and be a part of that. So I'll do that for you. I'll burn one. I'm gonna write that, burn one for Deborah. So it's done, but I do feel like definitely it is one of those, and I feel like it'll be one of the nursing home ones because of the way I saw that entrance. Um, and I feel like they just said you'll hear about it in 3 days. So 3 days time. So within the next 3 days or so. Bear with me if it's not exactly three, but I feel like three. Okay. And I know it's hard and you get, easily frustrated, but remember, you have to go into that assumption belief process, right? So people want to hire right now. They're all like, I mean, every single place I go into or drive by is like now hiring employees like we want you. So the ball's in your court. Just decide. Of course they're going to want me. They need somebody to work and I'm a great candidate. I'm the best candidate. They notice they notice my stuff right away. I'm telling you, it's really funny how things manifest, and you think that nothing's happening just because you can't see it in front of you, but it's happening. And I'm gonna talk about this on my live. Well, I'm gonna actually record this one. I don't know, I haven't decided. I have one that I wanna record, I might do it after this, and then one I wanna talk about on the live, but I realized I was visualizing something as if I was being interviewed with somebody else, because it's somebody I wanna work with and, like, partnership working, and then I saw this person, like, saying these exact same things I was imagining they were saying about me, like, in this interview thing. I don't know how to explain it. About somebody else that they work with. And I was like, literally word for word. So what I realized is I have to manifest it totally differently. Like, I either have to say, like, "Oh," like, talk like I'm talking to somebody and be like, "They said they were saying this about you. What do you think about that?" Like, I have to do it a little differently because doing it the way I was doing it, I was manifesting them saying it for word for it. So if that little thing happens, trust me that when I say to you, just decide they hired me. So look at those 3 jobs that you're like, "Oh, which ones?" Instead of thinking like, "Am I good enough for any of these? Will they see me? Will they be valuable?" Just decide like, "Well, which one do I feel like is good enough for me?" And decide, "Okay, it's done. They're hiring me. It's done." Just get into that like, "I know it." You don't have to believe it. Just go, "I know it," whatever. And like anytime you start to worry, get anxiety, doubt, fear, and you're like, "Oh, is this really happening?" Yes, of course it's happening. Because naturally they want me because I'm such a great employee. I'm perfect for the job. I work hard. Stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting yourself. Okay, Linda, you're up. But I do feel like it's going to be one of the nursing home jobs. Um, general reading. Okay. Okay. After Stephanie is EC for one. Um, yeah, you can pay for one. That's fine. You do have it. I promise you. I promise you. And that's why, like, because I believe so much in you, I'm going to do the little manifesting thing instead of being like, oh, that's a lost cause. I'm going to help you and give you a little bit of like all right. And then you just need to go, if Anna can see this, it can happen. Just decide that. If that helps you to get over that hump of belief, I see it happening. Okay. I'm just trying to see. They're saying something about a number 6. So I don't know what that is. Is there a 6 in the address? Okay. General reading for Linda while I'm waiting for that. Um, so they said, "You've got this. The light is coming on soon for you to be in the spotlight. Are you ready?" So I don't know, like, what you've been manifesting if you're planning to do your own YouTube channel or do something, but it feels like, or if you're going on some kind of panel, but it feels like it's related to your spiritual work, not your 9 to 5 work. Does this resonate with you? Unless you're going to be spotlighted at work, but it just feels like they said growth and opportunities coming in February is going to look very different for you. You're working on a new product launch? Okay. Like, for your spiritual business or for. Oh, conscious oil, interesting. Okay. So are you gonna be doing, like are you gonna be selling it at also at, like, kinda spiritual fairs or something like that? Because I also see you, like, at a table, like, booth marketing it as well. Sorry, popping my knuckles. Online only? Have you considered selling it? Let me put it that way, 'cause, I feel like it would do well in something like that. So, I don't know if it's, like, maybe so, like, my kids' school sometimes do these, like, little or they used to, I don't know if they're gonna do 'em now with COVID, but, like, these little I don't know. I'm like, "No, that doesn't feel right." Because I was thinking of, like, at their school, these little where local entrepreneurs come in and sell stuff. But I just feel like there's a table, like, you're in a physical presence of but I don't feel like you're the only one in the space, so it doesn't feel like a personal store. So, maybe it means that I don't know, maybe you go to, like, a local somebody who has a physical storefront and see if they wanna sell it there or, like, someone who has their own little maybe a farmer's market. I don't think that's the only product you're gonna have, by the way, because I feel like it's more than one thing. I'll check for your payment in just a minute, okay, Laura? Alright. What else do you have, Linda? What's your second question? Like, maybe a farmer's market or a craft like, I keep feeling craft fair, like a holiday craft fair or a holiday or like a new age fair. Like, I sometimes go out I've done it once actually, and then COVID hit, so I didn't do it again, but or I couldn't do it one time. I did it once, and then I couldn't make the next one, and then COVID hit, and but it's called it's out in Long Island. Fuck, I can't remember. Oh, Eyes of Learning in I think it's in Levittown, Long Island. And I went out there and did readings for them, and it's like so there's, like everybody's got their little tables and stuff, and then they have a room full of readers, and you can tell it's somebody who sets up the table for the readers who doesn't ever do readings. Just because the way it's set up, like, I was sitting in, like, it's, like, in rows, like school desks almost. So I got, like, somebody doing readings in front of me and somebody doing readings in behind me, and I was so exhausted because I kept getting, like I turned around, I was, like, getting messages from some family members who died from the person behind me. I was like, "Oh, Jesus," like, there was so much energy filtering through me that I was like I always do better if my back is against a wall. I don't know why, because it's just, like, not so much stuff going on around me, but I digress. Anyway, so it feels like something like that, like, maybe something where you find you connect in with that. I don't remember where you're at or if that's possible. Question 2, has Arjun given up on the idea of meeting in person? I feel like yes, but temporarily, and then I feel like maybe his paperwork comes through and he gets, like, a renewed sense of hope, but I feel like, yes, temporarily he has. I feel like he kinda gets, like, defeated easily, like or he's a self-defeatist or something like that. It's just this sense of feeling kinda, like, Eeyore about stuff, like and by Eeyore, I mean, like, Eeyore and Pooh, Eeyore. You know how Eeyore is just, like, kinda like, "Oh, wow." Woe is me. Okay. I'm gonna check PayPal. I used to have it for some reason when I log in on my computer. I mean, I do like a two-step verification or whatever, but like it used to not do that. Okay. Laura, did you put yours under a business name? I don't want to share your business if you don't want to share it. You're welcome, Linda. Yes. Okay. So add Laura for one. Light energy, you wanted to know about being offered a new job in 2 months, I think is what you wrote. Since we're not too far, I'm pushing through these as quick as I can because I know KK may have to leave early and I get to do this like special yoga class at 7. I'm super excited. It was offered through this. I do the Women's Empowerment Drumming Circle on Friday nights, and they're offering this special thing. And I'm so excited. So I'm going to do yoga at 7. So I kind of want to push through this. Not that I don't love you and time with you, but also, why do you want to stay here for 2 hours, right? I mean, maybe if I had like snacks and drinks to offer you like a proper hostess. Um, where did your question go? Shoot. Oh, you removed it. Darn it all. I just want to reread it. Oh, okay. Well, I get offered a different job. Thank you. Thank you, dear. Allie's not before you on the list. Unless I didn't add her. Let me double check. It's okay. We'll go in whatever order. Allie will get her question. She knows. I won't skip her. Okay. Allie Mallory. How did I not get you on here, Allie? Allie, I'll do you right after light worker. Okay. A light energy. Okay, dear. I'll make sure Allie gets taken care of. Don't worry. I got you, Allie. But thank you for being honest. And practicing with integrity. That's awesome. Okay, so light energy, you wanted to know, well, I got offered a different job in the current workplace over the next 2 to 3 months. With them a few months, but you picked up on a sudden change. Okay. Wait, was there a sudden change at work? I'm sorry about your dog passing head shrinker, by the way. No. Oh, okay. So I don't know if like I'm asking them if you would have a sudden change and they said yes. And I said, well, she changed positions and they said yes, but it's not like it doesn't feel like moving up and like becoming a manager or whatever. It feels like they'll create a new position like with a new title. So maybe there's some kind of merging in the company or merging in departments and they're like, okay, or we used to have these as two separate positions and we're going to make one position, or we used to make this one position and now we're going to create it as two, or we're approaching something differently. So it's like a position will be created and that's where you'll move. I don't feel like you're the only person, so it may be part of a team. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's like you need to not do it. I feel like it'll be actually really good. Like it feels good. It feels like an exciting thing. It doesn't feel like a punishment. It feels like, oh, that's really cool. That sounds like something I'd like to do. It feels like there's more room for growth in that area. So have you been manifesting like them giving you a pay raise? Because it feels like it comes with a pay raise. So not initially, but it comes with room for more growth, especially financially speaking. Okay. So I don't know. Do you really want to work around getting more money? I wouldn't. Take it. All right, Allie, let's go. Where is your future partner from? I do feel it's funny. I heard Italy right away, and I was like, huh? So I don't know if they're actually from Italy or if they have a heavy Italian background, but that's what I feel. So it may be that they're just like, like Italian on both sides of their family or whatever, but I do feel like an Italian background. And I feel like, I mean, they're from the East, like East Coast area. So I don't feel like, you're okay. All right, Miss Mallory, what would you like to know today? Any messages from Tony? Are you really hungry right now? As soon as I read your thing, I'm like, oh my God, I just got this really hungry feeling. Yeah, I meant East Coast. Why? Why did I say from? Yeah, I feel like East Coast. What did I say? Psychic stuff. Did I say East Coast? You've been really hungry lately. um, I said East Coast, that's what I meant. But why did you put Cali? Why are you confusing me? Don't confuse the psychic. You can ask about legal outcomes. Remember, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't we always say like any decision you make is yours and yours alone. Oh no, but no, like as in the East Coast, like as in New York. So New York, New Jersey. Like whenever I think of that, I don't necessarily when I say I'm thinking more not like New York, New Jersey, maybe Connecticut, but probably New York or New Jersey. Okay. All right. All right, Mallory, let's see what we can do about Tony on the hungriness. So, if you've been really hungry lately, I don't know if your focus has been on increasing metabolism or increasing calorie, whatever, burning ability. Like if you've been, I mean, there's all kinds of subliminals and all that other stuff out there. So I don't know if that's something you've been focusing on, but it's sort of like, I guess I'm connecting with your energy, but obviously that's working. Um, he goes, you need a hug. You haven't gotten a hug lately. And do you have a little dog either? It feels like a terrier, so like a West Highland Terrier, a Scottish Terrier, not a Scottish, West Highland Terrier with a rounder face, or smaller would be like a Yorkie or a Silky Terrier. They have that same kind of like little puppy cut where it's like shorter, so not the full long length when you think of a Yorkie, but the puppy cut. Is there a connection with this sort of dog and you and or Tony? You had a wiener dog. Nope, not a wiener dog. I'm seeing a totally different dog. Is it a long-haired dachshund? Because 'Cause I'm seeing the boxy face like a terrier. My sister had a dachshund, so I feel like he would've shown me that, so it's like, hmm, maybe, because it didn't have the long, elongated snout. It's, like, short and boxy. Hold on to this because I'm not like, when you're saying that, I'm like, this feels different than that. So hold on to that, and this might be something like maybe you go to a friend's house for like to get together and they have this kind of dog. There's some connection with like either it's a terrier for sure, and I'm seeing a West Highland Terrier, so I'm leaning towards that, but the only way it could be would be like if it's a Yorkie who has a puppy cut, but it feels more like a West Highland Terrier. Um, I don't know if you know what one of those are, but it's white. It's the white. He also said you'll sleep well tonight, so I don't know if, you've been having a harder time. It still feels like he's giving you the promise of having a good night's sleep tonight. It's not like these big he's funny because he doesn't come in with these really big, like, messages. It's sort of just like little creature comfort comments, and I feel like they're saying because in the end that means more to you. It's your left foot that's hurt, right? Because it still feels like it's kinda achy, like, it's not quite where it needs to be right now. You have been sleeping bad, okay. Um, uh, I'm kind of I don't know, I don't know if I feel like I'm blushing, I don't know if it looks like I'm blushing, but, um, he'll visit you in your dreams. It's like he'll take care of you in your dreams, so I'm leaving it that. Bon voyage. Your husband loves you, okay. We're leaving it at that. Let me just take a drink. Okay. Can I leave you with that? Because I don't wanna get any more, like Umi, you wanted to know about this person and why they left you a bad review, and your guides were like, "'Cause she's a biche." Like, and I don't like, I usually go to this, like, higher place thing, whatever. So, like, your guides are saying it that way, but hi, Stephanie, but now I'm gonna go from, like, the higher place of the guides rather than just the, like, and I feel like there's been, like, a lot of fear around, like, "Oh my god, what if somebody leaves me a bad review? How am I gonna deal with this? Oh my god, I just like that's, like, the biggest thing that you've ever wanted because your business and what you do means so much to you, and you really run your business from a place of integrity." And so it feels like that was the fear you always had that someone would and then all of a sudden your business would go downhill. So when we manifest, right, everything that we fear or believe inside, this is from the law of assumption, like which is what Neville Goddard teaches. Um, we create that. So it's not that the universe is going, yeah, you totally are this. Let me show it to you. They're like, oh, that's what you want? Totally, we'll bring it to you. So, like, and then they go, who's the easiest person? Who's the perfect person to play this part? Who can fulfill this need and whatever, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, "Oh, this person she'll totally leave bad reviews. She does that wherever she goes." Like, she's the easiest person to play this part. Do, 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 do. Here's your client. And then there you go. I'm not announcing your business or whatever it is or this person's name because I don't feel like that's necessarily important. Point being, she played the part perfectly because you had this fear and the universe was like, "Oh, you keep thinking about this fear, we're gonna bring it to you." I have lots of weird little fears that I get, and then like poof, everything gets manifested. So, what do you do about it? You go, "Okay, it's over with. I got my one and my bad review. It's fine. I didn't die. My business didn't fall apart. I'm doing great." Just because somebody says this does not mean it's reality. Why? Because I am good. And then you need to go into your affirmations and remind yourself that you're valuable, you're worthy, you're a I don't want to swear as much, but I kind of like this. You're a badass boss bitch. So like a BABB. You are, and I hate calling women bitches. I'm always like, why do you call us bitches? Like, um, you're awesome. You're a badass, and you know what you're doing, and you know how to work with your clients because you've been there, and you know how to you're inside a woman's head. You know how to do this stuff, right? So you know how to work with people. I don't though, so that's why I think it's funny. So that must be why I keep saying it because I don't. I don't say it a lot because I think it's so derogatory, and I think there's so many things that in the patriarchal society that get used against women in such a derogatory way, like it's bad or terrible, and I think we have to fight against that so much that it's like, no, I like queen. I'm a queen. So, yeah, you're amazing. You're a boss. You're a boss lady. Like you are fantastic. And so you need to go into those affirmations in that place of just knowing. So you got the worst thing. So you see what happened. You saw your business and fall apart. So let go of that fear. Stop thinking about it. Stop worrying about it. It's done. You don't need to worry about that anymore. Yeah, that happened. Worst case scenario, somebody left a bad review. Whatever. Address the review and say it like, "Well, I did do X, Y, and Z, and so I'm sorry you weren't happy. I'm happy to work with you to figure it out, whatever." But you can respond to bad reviews. The fact of the matter is people will show up if you believe it and leave things. I ask people, so when I do my circles, I ask people for feedback because I want to grow and do better. But I don't have a Google review thing or whatever because I just don't have time for it. Because there's people who go, "You didn't tell me exactly what I wanted and that my world is like the man that's coming in and I'm gonna have this." I'm like, "Yeah, well, you're not manifesting that shit. So that's not your journey to win the lottery." Whatever. You responded, "So great. You did what a good business owner should do." Leave it at that. Leave it at that. You're good. I don't feel like anything else other than you manifested it from a place of fears and she was the perfect person to play this part. Let it go. Don't drown your sorrows in that because it's not gonna you gotta move yourself forward, and moving forward means you remind yourself you're amazing, you're wonderful, you're great at what you do. You run your business with integrity. Maybe not everybody's gonna be happy, and that's okay. I don't need to fear this anymore. Okay? You're very welcome. Let's see where we're at. I've got 3 more on the list. Um, I kinda wanna move through these, because I know KK can't stay long tonight, and I wanna start learning to pick up the pace a little bit more. So, Stephanie, you're up if you wanna ask your question. There you go. What is my future partner like? I know I won't be meeting anyone for a while. Um, it's funny to say these ones because I'm always like, so if you have ever had a private reading with me, you know that I always start where we do a quick prayer of protection, which I don't think that you need it because I know that I'm always protected, so I'm not worried about anything negative coming through. But I think it keeps you guys lowers your level of anxiety or nervousness around it. It's sort of a little relaxing, and then we do a quick meditation, and I'm reading all of your energy as we do the meditation. So you're visualizing a light, and I'm kind of doing all this whatever connecting in. And I give you every single thing that I get because I like to do evidential readings. So it's like, then I'm like, after I do that and I've like set the tone, then I'm like, okay, ask the question. So I always think these ones are funny because it's also like, what are my guides like? And I'm like, I like to use validating information, right? Evidential information. So it's hard, I think, when you go to the future one. I'll do it, but I'm rambling, explaining to you why I'm always like, and like make these funny faces and yada yada yada. Um, so you are protected spiritually. So the feeling I get honestly is that it's like this is going to be somebody who, and I think the reason why it takes a while is because you're sort of focusing on yourself right now. It's not that you're not dating or whatever. It's just like you're super into like self-actualization and growth and focus. And I think that that's why it takes so long. And my feeling is that this person ends up being there's a sense of maturity about this person more so than anybody else you've ever dated. And I don't know if this is actual because I feel it energetically and emotionally. So I don't know if this means that there's an actual age gap that creates this sense of maturity, or if they're just really kind of wise beyond their years. I do feel like they will be an enlightened being versus being like more grounded in the materialistic type world. I feel like it doesn't mean they're going to be poor and broke or whatever, but it feels like they move through their journey in life and from an enlightened space, and understanding mindset is huge versus from a place of like just bopping along through the universe. So you're not dating because you're also focusing on yourself? Just kidding. Um, so if you tell yourself that, then you will only bring in experiences that won't last. So just focus on building your self-concept and your, belief systems, and then you bring in the right person. So the reason why you're meeting the people you're meeting and it's very different is because you literally just said it there. I don't want my focus to be on a relationship that won't last. So you're just assuming that whatever you end up with won't last. Stop that. Take a little ruler and smack your hands. Stop it. Hang on. Just want to clear something out. I was just double checking the payments. I'll have to log back on again, I'm sure. No. Okay. All right. Okay. So I think that's what they want to focus on, is the fact that so then you need to stop worrying about whoever comes in, that it's going to be short last lived, blah, 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 because that's not true. You're very welcome. EC, you're up, and Laura, you're up. I think it's Laura K. You know what's funny is I recall doing a reading for someone who has a pretty big YouTube channel, and she did something about like this big manifestation update. And I'm pretty sure I read for her on here. And I wish she'd come back and be like, hey, by the way, that reading that you gave me about this legal thing and the way this case was going to turn out, you were right. She hasn't. I know I've read for people on here that are from bigger channels that have grown. Be nice if they would come on here and be like, hey, by the way, or announce it on their channel. Manifest that, y'all. Manifest that for me. Okay. Started a relatively new relationship with a very nice man. I'm glad he's very nice, who has been a friend for a while. Just wanting the heads up for any bumps in the road or ways for us to be successful. Perfect. I like that question because it's not like, are we going to last? It's like, okay. I like asking it from that, like, what might your struggle be? What might be your challenges? Well, to ask it that way instead of a struggle. What might be a challenge in the relationship, and what might be um, a strength? Okay, so a challenge, I feel like, so the very first thing I got was like spiritual belief differences, and like I don't know if you're different religions or from different religious backgrounds. Might be the challenge. I don't feel like, because I was like, oh, is it financial or communication? I don't think it's communication. I actually think that that's going to be one of your strengths, learning to see eye to eye. And I do feel like he's very intuitive. I do feel like there's going to be financial differences. So that might be where you actually have challenges. So it means just like maybe it doesn't feel huge, but it feels like he's a bit more budgeted and like so I wouldn't be surprised if he's an accountant or an engineer like or like very like very budgeted. So it might feel like you feel more um restrained in the way that you're able to spend. And it's not that he tells you how to spend money because I feel like you'll have your own, but it just feels like, well, we have the money to do this. Why don't we? And he's a bit more of a penny pincher. He minored in math. Okay. So that makes sense for like feeling like he's the accounting, whatever. So, but it feels like he's a very fun, good communicator. I don't know why I just read your name as Lila as fun. Hi, how are you? Welcome. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. If you've been here for a while, by the way, thank you so much for all of your love and support. Yeah. So it just feels like that your strength is, which I think is a beautiful strength to have, is communication. And it feels like he's willing to grow with you and do the work with you. And in the end, that's really the most important thing is the communication. And you'll figure the money stuff out. That'll be the money and the figuring out the spiritual differences, whatever that is, will work itself out. It may be more on your end, so it may be just more frustrating, like, "Why can't he see it the way I do?" Pardon my English issues there. Um, there's something with it. So there's something where maybe it's balancing what holidays we travel wherever, but it feels like something more based on a religious connection. So it might not be that he's super, super religious, but it's whatever, like, lo celebrating the holidays and stuff is not in a religious sense for many people isn't really about the religious aspect of it. I mean, for a lot of people it is, but like there's, a lot of the like, they joke that like there's the Christians that just go to church on Christmas, but it's not even necessarily about that. It's like the traditions that you have with your family, right? So it's not even connected, but it's like we do this on this day because this is what we've always done traditionally. Um, Growing up, we had Saint Nick knock on our door in the morning, like, on December 6th. And that was like a thing, but that not everybody does that, right? That's more in the Catholics, whatever. Um, so there are things that we practice here, not because either my husband or I are religious in the sense, but we like to celebrate the holidays. I joke that it's pagan. Um, yeah. So it just feels like that. Uh, Lala, these are paid readings. So if you want a reading, I will leave the list open for you. You can pay. KK, are you still here or did you bounce out? Oh, you got to go now. Okay. Okay. So here. Uh, All right. So there's the PayPal payment. You can make your payment and then I'll let you in. But otherwise, the list will be closed because I've got just Laura K left. Okay. All right, EC. It's $5 per question. 30% goes to charity. So those are your challenges. I don't feel like it's going to be like we have like just seeing things a little differently. You're welcome, Lola. Oh, thank you, Linda. You're welcome, EC. Okay, Laura K, are you still here? And then I will be doing a live tomorrow, manifestation talk. And I think I don't know if it was Linda or Lana. Lana wrote that she did the look back of the why she wanted to manifest something and what she came up with and how to deal with it. So, okay, Laura, ask your question. So I will be kind of addressing that and talking about that. But then I think I'm also going to start working on, like I said, until I get them start recording and kind of get into a groove. So I'll upload regularly, but, I might be doing less lives during the week. Your question is under ECs. Okay, sorry. Oh, there it is. Yep. Um, Again, just so I'm not I can run errands freely or, whatever. What can you tell me about the lawsuit and how it will end? So this question for me, I'd like to know about any future job changes, promotions, moves. Okay. Can I just clarify this? Because I'm going to tell you what I heard. And so then but I heard the lawsuit will not end in your favor, at least not entirely. So it feels like you do have to pay something or some kind of restitution, but it's not as much as they're asking. And it does feel affordable, but it feels more of like an emotional defeat, like feeling um, like the principle of it, like you kind of got screwed. And it's sort of like, yeah, they shouldn't be able to get this, but unfortunately, the way the law is written, it's like in their favor, even though the intent wasn't malice or something like that. I don't know if that makes any sense. So I'm not clear if you're the one being sued or if you're suing somebody else, but it feels like somehow you're having to pay out something, and that feels unfair. But it doesn't feel like as big as it could be. It feels affordable, but it's more about the emotional unfairness of it than the financial hit. Does that make sense? So I don't know if it's like restitution or if it's fees, but having to pay for something. It's a personal energy and you were the victim. So maybe it's that you're having to pay some sort of fees and you don't feel like you should have to pay those. Or maybe they aren't having to pay out, and because there's like some loophole somewhere that it's like, so you're having to pay for it. Yeah. And it feels like you can afford it, but it feels like I shouldn't have to. And technically, they're at fault for something, but because there's this legal whatever loophole or something, then that it sort of covers them. So it's like the principle of it kind of thing. Because it feels like it's more of an emotional, like, than it is like that I can't afford it kind of thing. Or like maybe they cover some most of the medical expenses, but not the legal expenses. There's something where it's not as much as you would think, but you have to pay something. Okay. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope you get lots and lots of money. Okay. All right. Let me see if this one last punt. You're welcome. And I'm sorry that you were going through that. That's no fun. I'm just going to check the payments one last time to see if anybody else paid. But if not, we're going to say goodnight and I will see y'all tomorrow. Yep, nobody else paid, so we're good. This was a nice quick evening. I kind of like going through these a little bit quicker. Um, so I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Come join me for my live manifestation chat. Check these out because they really are like we talk about this a lot here, and I know like it's fun to have me do readings, and I love doing them. But it's like the goal is to empower you on your journey so that you're not feeling like you're a victim to the experiences of the world, but that like you get to move through them and like find the tricks and stuff. And it like Florence Scovel Shinn said, the game of life and how to play it. It's a game. So find, like, as they say, game the system, figure out the tricks and all of that and have fun with it because it's really an amazing journey. Good night. Thank you for your love and support. I will see you tomorrow. I will be back next Sunday for live readings. Please check out, if you want to check out the validation thing of the Britney Spears thing I said, tell me what you think. Have a good one.